Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over this HeyGen review. So this video is going to be useful for individuals who are deciding whether or not to use HeyGen for AI avatar video creation. And so I've been using HeyGen for about 9 months now, and I must say that it's definitely one of the most realistic AI avatar platforms out there. But here are some things that you have to be aware about. And if at any point you decide you want to try out HeyGen, check out the link down below in the description. Now let's start off with the pros. With HeyGen, you do get incredibly realistic AI avatars that can speak in multiple languages, and the lip syncing is surprisingly accurate. Plus, you can create custom avatars from just a few photos, and their voice cloning technology is pretty impressive. But one of the downsides is that it can get pretty expensive, and the processing times can be long for high quality videos. Another one of the biggest cons of HeyGen though is that although the avatars look realistic, you do still get some uncanny valley effects sometimes. And what I mean by that is the avatars look almost human, but there's something slightly off that makes them feel artificial. So some videos I've created with HeyGen look so realistic that people ask if it's actually me. Other times the avatar movements or expressions look robotic. With HeyGen, I think the most convincing video I made was like a 8-minute long video presentation where people couldn't tell that it was an actual AI avatar. But I've also had avatars that looked creepy or unnatural. Other things with HeyGen that I like or don't like currently is that you have limited control over facial expressions and gestures, and sometimes the avatars will make weird faces or movements that don't match the content. And unlike real video where you can reshoot if something looks off, HeyGen avatars do what they want and you can't really direct them. Now with HeyGen though, one thing to keep in mind is that you do have to take into account their credit-based pricing. And that can get expensive quickly, especially for longer videos, okay? So while the technology is impressive, you need to budget carefully if you're planning to use it regularly for business content. Now with HeyGen, there can be some ethical concerns about using AI avatars. So my recommendation is that you always disclose when you're using AI generated content. For me, for example, I always mention when I'm using HeyGen because the avatars are so realistic, it can be misleading to viewers. Now here are my 3 tips for people who want to try out HeyGen. First tip is to start with their pre-made avatars before creating custom ones. Because the custom avatar creation process is complex and expensive, I spent weeks perfecting my custom avatar when the pre-made ones would have worked fine. Second tip is write your scripts specifically for AI avatars using shorter sentences and clear pronunciation. Because HeyGen works better with simple, straightforward language, I learned that complex sentences or technical terms sometimes causes weird lip syncing and pronunciation issues. Third tip is use it for appropriate content types like training videos, presentations, or social media content rather than trying to replace all of your video content. I found that HeyGen works great for educational content, but it feels weird or personal or emotional for like certain types of messaging. My rule is that if the content requires genuine human emotion or connection, stick with real video. But with HeyGen though, I'd say it's been a fascinating tool that's generally useful for certain types of content creation, especially when you need videos in multiple languages or want to maintain consistency. Their support is also pretty good when you run into any issues with avatar generation or technical problems. So with that being said, if you're considering HeyGen, I'd say just try it out down below in the description. You won't know until you try it out, but be prepared for a learning curve and costs, and always be transparent about using AI avatars. I hope you found this video helpful, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.